All right, friends, it's T, and I'm back with a brand new video, broski, by Mr. You Know Who, Jason Blaha. Anyways, we're going to do a reaction video this morning to Jason Blaha, Strength and Bologna Fitness channel, the gym, lifting, recruiting, fitness gear slave himself, Blaha. So Blaha says, Jason Blaha is proof chin-ups and rows are not enough for biceps. That's a fallacy.
Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and I thought I would chat with you guys and gals a little bit about something today. And yes, I'm going to put it in the title. Jason Blaha is proof that chin-ups and rows will not build your biceps for most people. Now, when I make that statement, it's funny because, that's a criticism people have thrown at me for many, many years. Because for a long time, I did powerlifting, promoted strength training,
He promoted powerlifting, strength training. I don't know what kind of strength training he promotes. Powerlifting doesn't build bodies.
In some cases, there were periods of time where I did training minimalism, even did Bulgarian training.
Again, performance and endurance doesn't build bodies. They don't build muscles. So I don't know what he's talking about. The way they lift the weight in powerlifting is all concentric without eccentric, and science will corroborate what I say. Eccentric is what builds muscles. Concentric does not build muscles. So if you're doing one exercise without the other, what's the point? Watch him do it here.
Right, and in a lot of that I did.
You please explain to me, how does squeezing ass cheeks on the way up build a muscle? Squeezing them, watch.
Weighted pull-ups, weighted chin-ups, got really strong at rows, all these things, but I oftentimes went years at a time without doing any curl.
That's a good one. He got strong at them. If you didn't get bigger at them, if your muscles didn't grow bigger and stronger lifting those weights, then you never got stronger. I don't know what he's talking about. On this planet, bigger animals are stronger than smaller animals. You understand me? You can have two tigers equally the same height, the same structure. But if one of them have more muscle on their body, if one tiger weighs 750 pounds and the other tiger weighs only 650, well, he's got an advantage, the other one, of 100 pounds, doesn't he? So if they get into a fight, which one do you think most likely will win? The one that weighs 650 in nature, or the one that weighs 750? Remember, they don't train. They don't go to gyms. They don't lift. They don't do karate or anything like that. We're talking about in nature how things work naturally. Which one's stronger? It's kind of obvious. The 750-pound tiger is going to destroy that 650-pound tiger. Get it? Because bigger, stronger.
Okay, I neglected curls. Guess what? Accordingly, my biceps lag. And I know people are looking down and like,
look how he bounces this weight. It's all concentric. There's no eccentric work here. Look, he just drops it like it bounces like nothing, because he's weak.
Well, they're lagging a little, but it's not super bad.
Bump.
Okay.
He just goes, yeah, bump. It's funny watching this. Bodybuilding, that's it. Listen, powerlifting is from bodybuilding, the big four. But we use it eccentrically as well. We don't just do concentric without the eccentric load. If you watch bodybuilders, they use heavy loads like this, but they go up and down. You understand me? They use it eccentrically. Yeah.
But I've been doing a lot of curls for well over a year now. So do you guys see the kind of the point?
So because Blaha failed at doing curls, that's the point, because he failed at them. That means all of you can't build your arms doing these curls or doing pull-ups on bars because Blaha failed. Get it? So if he failed, that means all of you are going to fail too. Not. This is such bullshit.
Anything, I'm evidence that, look, I'm still playing catch-up. I've been doing...
See, he's evidence. He's still playing catch-up. He never built any muscle because he's a concentric lifter. That's not associated with muscle growth, bro. You have to be really stupid not to see that.
Tons of curls trying to get them caught up, and it's taking...
Yes, I've been doing tons of curls trying to get them to catch up. It's not about doing tons of curls. That's the problem. It's about doing heavy overload eccentric resistance exercise. Get it? That's all it is. And then when they get bigger and stronger, they can handle heavier and heavier eccentric loads, and that will cause them to damage, and that will cause a trigger in growth to adapt by getting bigger and stronger to handle heavier and heavier loads. Get it?
Years to get it caught up to the muscle I built doing all this other stuff, right? All right.
So it's gonna take years to get caught up. Years. He hasn't ever built any muscle because he's stupid. He takes drugs. Drugs. You faked your strength and you faked your muscles. How could you have built anything if you keep faking it, doing the same exercise? Think about this, man. This is really retarded. All of you failed at doing concentric exercises, right? They failed you. So what do? You take steroids, or you cheat, or you take creatine. You do a bunch of weird, wacky shit, bro. And then what do? You continue in the same behavior. Like Einstein once said, the most mental illness thing, and the most stupid or most thing that gives you mental illness is chasing the exact same thing that you were doing before to try to get it to give you a different outcome. Get it? So guess what? You took something fake and you did the same thing that gave you the same outcome, a 0. And then, so you took something fake and it too gave you the same outcome, 0. Only it faked it. It did it artificially. You just didn't realize what it was giving you. And it gave you fake strength and it gave you fake fucking muscles, bro. And then the moment you go off the steroids, the fake strength and the fake muscles go away. And you scratch your head and you go, but I was doing the same exercise that I failed at before, didn't I? It gave me 0. How come I lost all this? Wasn't steroids supposed to build muscles? Wasn't creatine supposed to build muscles? Where did all the creatine muscles go? Or the SARMs or the steroid muscles? You want to know where they went? Nowhere. You never built anything. It was... that stuff was just fake. It's an illusion. It gives you the illusion you got muscles and strength when you take it. That's it. Now, how do you build muscles? Well, you still have to build them in the natural world with heavy load eccentrics. That's how. But you didn't do that. Get it? You try to get a different outcome doing something that gave you the same outcome, a 0.
Getting it caught up to things like my back, my legs. Sure. There's still quite a bit of ways to go.
And you don't want to know the funny part? All the people that are online, these influencers that take steroids to fake it because their concentric exercises never worked, they make plans for you to fail. Get it? Concentric lifting. They show off and do a bunch of stuff. And they tell you got to get it stronger to get it bigger. And then all of you bumpkins, you follow their fucking stupid ass plans. And then you can't figure out why you're failing. Why? Well, then you make up your story like, I reached my newbie gain limit, genetic limit. Then they tell you these stories too. They make it up. They go, well, you guys failed because, you reached the genetic limit, newbie gain limit, or you're a hard gainer or something. Hard gainers don't exist. Newbie gain limits don't exist. There's no such thing as newbie gains and a genetic limit. There's no such thing as a genetic limit, bro. That's just bullshit. You understand me? They made all that stuff up to fool bumpkins like you, pumpkins heads, like this pumpkin head here.
I probably need at least another inch on my arms, if not more, to really be proportionate.
Proportionate. And if I eat enchiladas, just the enchilada alone, without anything in it, I'm gonna build muscles. Yeah, off enchiladas. I heard bread builds muscles, man. You don't have to eat protein. Just eat a vegan diet with a lot of bread. Bread builds muscles, apparently, according to the fitness industry. According to Greg Doucette, anabolic French toast builds muscles. Not.
To that. So I am proof of that. And when people say, well, how strong did you get on that stuff? Well,
I love this one. How strong did you get on that stuff? Well, if you didn't get bigger, you didn't get stronger, fool.
How about chins? You guys remember at one time years ago, I was doing no curls at all.
Oh, yeah.
And I did like 100-pound weighted chins. I think the best I got up to was while weighing like 220 or 230. I did 110-pound weighted chin up from a dead hang.
Wow.
Okay? That's pretty respectable.
Wow, you did you? I bet you he only did it for one set. And then that was it. He passed out.
Respectable chin up strength, and that's underhand grip chin up.
What if we told you that the hottest
Grip chin up.
Look, Blaha, I have news for you, man. You have to overwork those muscles to damage them. Just doing 3 reps isn't gonna do fuck all, okay?
Keeping in mind that is well over 300 total pounds. Didn't grow my biceps. There were times when I was doing...
Yeah, because 3 reps are not enough. What did you do there? 2 reps? I think you just did 2 reps. Sorry, bro. 2 reps is not enough. It's not enough. That's why people say, oh, that's why I tell people, I explain to them, there's a thing called eccentric overload. You can do just eccentrics now. Let's say that's all you could do right there. That's all Blaha could do was 3 reps or 2 reps. Well, now you have to move towards doing more eccentric work. You understand me? Just eccentric work, bro. Just lower the weight. Just keep lowering it like crazy. Yeah, that's it. You get it to fucking damage. Get it to fucking damage so it can adapt to the weight by growing bigger and stronger. Then you come back and it feels lighter because it could take on more force. The more muscle you grow, the more force it could take on. Get it? It's the whole point.
Pretty strict rows off the floor. I was doing sets of 10 with 250 pounds.
Yeah, but your muscles were adapted to your shitty workouts, Blaha. That's why they never damaged. You're stupid. You don't understand that eccentric exercise rapidly adapts by getting a lot stronger, protecting itself from getting damaged. See what I mean?
Off the floor, right? Doing pretty much pendlay rows. Guess what? My biceps didn't really grow much.
Yeah, because they don't grow. They don't grow in the eccentric lift. Duh. And they don't grow from powerlifting, doing eccentric lifts.
You see where we're going with this?
Now, I'm not denying that moving a heavy weight concentrically doesn't, stimulate some bone mineral density, getting the bones to become dense. And then, of course, muscles still have to compensate. They have to get a little bit denser because of the density in the bone, right? I mean, you wouldn't be able to contract a muscle if it was still small there, get it? And the bones got a little bit bigger.
Didn't work, so accordingly now these days my training has to be slightly.
Yeah, it didn't work for Blaha because Blaha doesn't know how to train. But he doesn't understand. Bodybuilding is not a sport, you dumbass. Bodybuilding is not a sport because it compromises performance. Yeah, dude. Real bodybuilding compromises it. We do both, eccentric, concentric. We don't leave out eccentric like you do.
Biased in the other direction. All right, it has to be biased in the other direction. I'm having to do lots of curls. I'm at a point now to where, not counting any band work, I think the week this footage came from.
I mean, think about it. Look how easy the weight's going up and it's going down. Is he really progressively overloading? So here's the thing. The progressive, when it comes to progressive overload, it's the eccentric that has to be overloaded, not the concentric. It's the eccentric that builds muscle, so it needs the overload. But Blaha, he has it all upside down. He thinks it's eccentric that has to be overloaded for muscles to grow, which is stupid because you're squeezing ass cheeks, bro. Get it?
I did 18 sets of curls. That's not counting my pull-ups. It's not counting my rows. That's just my direct bicep work.
Sure,
Like
yeah.
what you saw there. I ended up doing 18 sets. And the strength isn't proportionate unless I do cheat curls.
Yes, the strength is proportionate. That's why you're so small, because you're so strong, because you're so small. Yes.
I can cheat curl a lot of ways. You guys have seen me do work sets with like 185. But when it comes to the strict stuff, look at the difference. When I go super strict.
It doesn't count when you take steroids to lift heavy weights, dude. It doesn't count.
Sets of 10 are actually pretty hard, even with 75 pounds. That's only 75 pounds. If we go real strict. Okay. So do we see the problem here? The problem is, biceps are lagging.
They're lagging.
And I'm having to do curls now, and they've come up.
See the problem here, guys? Biceps are lagging. I don't know how to fix it. Well, maybe Blaha should hire a real coach like me. Get it? But I'm expensive, dude. If he hired me, I'm not doing it for $200. Maybe a couple thousand, but not $200. Sorry. Sorry, Blaha.
They've come up considerably, but they're still not where they need to be. They're still nowhere near where they need to be. To some extent, maybe even triceps, but it's not the whole triceps. The long head definitely lags.
Yes, I know. He's going to make a video about me. Say, that guy, Master T, he talks about hyperplasia. Oh, he's nuts. He's nuts. I am nuts, sure. I'm stupid. No, Blaha's smart. See, me, I'm stupid. Blaha's smart. You see, that's why he has these massive arms and shoulders. He's so massively big and strong. He's huge because he's so smart.
Because I didn't do enough of the extensions that work at putting it into a stretch position. So now I'm having to do more and more stretch position type extensions, pullovers.
I can guarantee you Blaha's arms flexed are 12.5 inches when he measures them. I'm not joking.
Things like that, getting the arms caught up. So I think,
Even Alex Newbank, when he went for that DEXA scan, the lady measured his arms. She said 12.5, 13 something 0.5. The other arm was 13.5. The other one was 12.5 inches. Yeah, he just gives off the illusion he looks a certain way, but he's small. Now he's on, I don't know, steroids, TRT, whatever the hell he's doing there. Trying to get pumped up like a bicycle pump.
but we have to be honest.
See, think about it. His exercises failed Alex Eubank, right? He said, well, I failed. And then he's going to, the excuse is, I reached the genetic limit. No, you didn't reach a genetic limit. You fucking failed at your lifting. Your lifting didn't progress. Get it? Listen to the word progress. When they say progressive overload, they mean so you could keep progressing. How do you progress? By overloading, but not concentrically, you dumbass. Eccentrically, you have to overload. That's where muscles grow. So he failed because he didn't know what to do. He doesn't know what to do. His workouts were concentric lifting, pump training, and he just wasn't working for him no more. So he goes, okay, I'll take steroids. Well, okay, you take steroids, and then what? And now your muscles get what? They're not building muscles. What are they building? Nothing. They're getting pumped. Get it? They're getting more pumped. They're getting pumped up. Why do you think people complain about pumps? They go, holy shit, I took a shot of testosterone and oh my God, my muscles are so pumped. I just walk up a stairwell. They get pumped. Yeah, they're getting pumped because you don't understand what steroids do. They're wasting drugs, get it? So the first thing they retain is energy in the body. What's that energy? Glycogen. Where does it store? In the muscles. Get it, dude? So you're just lifting to store more and more glycogen in the muscle, lifting concentrically, because concentric exercise is associated with what? Pump training. I'm getting the pump. Now, if you're doing a lot of real eccentric work, that's not associated with the pump at all. See what I mean? If you're eating just meat and you're tearing up muscles and whatever, there's no pump there at all. Now, maybe if you ate some artificial carbohydrate foods, which you're not supposed to, but if you ate some, I don't know, complex carb and then you lifted eccentrically, yeah, you may get some pump there for sure. See what I mean? But really, it's not associated with pump. It's really associated with damage. Get it? You can feel muscle tearing. You literally could feel it tearing off the bone and shit when you're doing these exercises. Yeah. And then you get this, really a weird feeling like you were hit with a bat all over your body, like somebody hit you with a 2x4. See what you get this weird feeling all over. Then it becomes sore for a couple of days, whatever. It's all relative. It depends. Sometimes it could stay sore. There's a different kind of soreness depending on how heavy you go. If you go astronomically heavy, it's a different kind of soreness. You feel real bad pain after. This pain is a lulling kind of pain. It can last maybe 1 or 2, 3 days. You know what I mean? There's a weakness, a weird kind of pain. So the soreness transitions from a soreness into a kind of a lull pain the heavier you go.
Out here. And again, I am the perfect example. Unless you are very genetically gifted or you're doing site enhancements or stuff, if you want a muscle to
See, unless you're genetically gifted doing site enhancements. He said genetically gifted doing site enhancements. Oh, you're injecting genetics, plant genetics, okay.
truly maximally developed, you can't always rely just on the big movements to do it.
Maximally developed. You can't rely on the big movements to do it. Well, doing heavy, big movements concentrically is never going to build a muscle. Duh.
Okay? And this is something I realized years ago and started playing catch up on. I said, okay, when I really started.
No, he still hasn't realized it because he's too stupid to understand anything about basic lifting. Any basic lifter, if you ever had a good coach growing up in the 60s or 70s or something, maybe even 80s, going to school or high school, they would tell you, eccentric, concentric. Eccentric it causes damage to muscle fibers. They may not have dawned on you in your head at the time. You know, I didn't think about it either myself growing up. I didn't really pay too much attention. Then it struck me one day, you know. I figured it out. And I was like, why didn't I pay attention more? Because they used to talk about eccentric, concentric, a lowering of a weight, a lifting of a weight. Well, you have to figure out, what does a lifting of a weight do to a muscle, and what does it do when it goes down? Nobody ever thinks about that. It's not something you ponder.
Caring a lot about biceps and things, because it also wasn't really a priority for me, was it? It was never a huge priority. It's become more and more. And now, you know, I'm
a huge priority. If you're a person that's heavily into strength, then you want to know which ones will give you the most strength, the most bang for the most buck. Get it? But Blaha doesn't know that. He thinks it's concentric.
Going at it with a fair amount of fervor. Right? We're going at it, you know, with quite a bit of intensity, volume, and
here's the funny part. He's still failing at it, still doing concentric work and failing. There's zero eccentric overload on any of his exercises. Look at his frivolous exercises.
Trying to play catch up, but then we run into the issue of not overtraining them, right? Fortunately, because those muscles are still relatively weak and I'm doing a lot of smaller movements.
Well, if muscles are damaged, they're not going to get overtrained, because you're going to be in so much pain. You're not going to want to come back to the gym, man, for a week.
Hasn't been a big issue. But I think the take home that I would say to people on any strength training program, this is one of the reasons I always say, like, I include the barbell curl into like my big 5 or big 6, right? When I discuss those things, when I say, hey, what are the movements that we need, right? The movements that we need.
You know that guy, Troy? His name is Troy, the bubble method. That channel, he calls it, what is it? The bubble method. I used to make fun of him on my old channel. Remember those videos? Troy, I forget I only know his first name. Troy, it's Troy something fitness or something. Troy. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can find it.
Troy the bubble method.
I don't know if I can find him. I would love to find him, man. There he is. Superhuman Troy. The balloon method. This is it, broski. This is it. The balloon method, bro. Oh my God. All right, guys. Look. Superhuman lower chest workout balloon method. See? Pump training. This is it. This is it.
You see this lower chest line right here. Now, most of you guys are training your chest, but you're not actually recruiting these lower chest muscle fibers. You might be doing some bench press, you might be doing some incline bench.
Yeah, whatever. Look.
But your chest is up, your body's more upright, and you're locking up right here. Now, nothing wrong with this.
Again, that's concentric exercise. That's not eccentric. There's no eccentric, because he does the balloon method. He does. Look, superhuman lower chest workout balloon method. Look, balloon method. This is how you balloon your muscles, by doing concentric lifting. Get it? That's how you balloon them. That's what Blaha does. He balloons his chest, his muscles. Balloon method. It's superhuman. I forgot this guy a long time ago. I had spats with him on my old channel years ago. He even wrote me on my old channel. He wrote me. He told me, okay, you teach me everything, master, blah, blah, blah. He could say whatever he wants. He has a big channel because he has a big following of stupid people. What do you expect? There's a lot of stupid people out there in the world. You know what I mean? They're easily duped.
Right? The movements that we need. What invariably happens, what do I always say? I wish
I could find that funny video I made of him. I think I used condoms as balloons. I wrapped him up and I put him in a sweater. And I go, look, superhuman you. Look, if I need a little bit of muscle, I got these muscles here, there. I made these phony muscles, the balloon method, bro. Because the guy's stupid.
Guys, we need to do some barbell curls, like a straight bar curl. I don't even tell them easy bar curls or any of that. I'm like, you need to do a straight up barbell curl.
Sure.
With a straight bar.
Yeah.
Okay? And the reason is because otherwise you're risking lagging biceps. And a lot of guys are like, well,
Of course, you're lagging biceps, yes.
right now I only care about strength. So you can say that, but what happens when one day...
Right now, all I care about is strength. Yeah, but you never got stronger. You never got bigger. You never got stronger. What strength? What strength? What strength do you care about exactly? Which one is it? I mean, you got calisthenic guys who will tell you they're interested in strength. And then you got these bozos in the gym, they say, I'm interested in strength. So who's getting strong? Who's getting strong exactly?
You get to a point where you go, oh man, I really do care about my biceps. And then you're 5 or 10 or whatever years behind. Okay, it puts you into a bit of a situation, doesn't it? And I think that we have to be honest with ourselves about that. So this is one of the reasons I tell guys, just get in and do some barbell curls. Just start doing them from day one. And it's funny because normally we wouldn't need to say that. Because for generations, guys have always obsessed over their arms. And so then the scale of what's considered big arms relative to a torso is disproportionate because we have so many guys who are arm obsessed. Okay? But that's now changed kind of the benchmark. And so I would say, you know, it is worth getting in and doing some curls and getting really good, even if it's just something like a single type of curl, like a straight bar curl. Get in and push it, train it hard. Because that is going to be a muscle that with a lot of your strength training is going to potentially end up lagging. It's going to potentially be a weak link in your physique. And honestly, it could in theory be a weak link in your strength. You know, a lot of guys are like, well, if I only cared about powerlifting, well, do you only really care about powerlifting? What happens if you branch over into some other stuff, some more functional things, some strongman, some arm wrestling or whatever, and you've neglected all of that? It's going to put you in a bad situation.
I don't know.
It puts you in a bad situation because those things are necessary for some of those sports. Okay, having some biceps will help you get some exercises into position. Also create better stability for your elbow joint for your bench pressing, especially if you're a really wide grip bench presser. Okay, the wider you bench, the more that bicep becomes a stabilizer. Plenty of data showing that. So I would say to guys, it would behoove you to go ahead and just start training your biceps. And again, it's funny because this is a topic that we almost shouldn't need to address, other than there's a whole niche of people who have done the opposite. And I was one of those people, unfortunately, and look at the price. Right? Years and years of them neglecting the biceps, not training them or training them as hard or consistently as they need to, it left me imbalanced. And so now it's coming through playing catch up. And no, my back is massive, right? My back is big.
Jesus, Blaha's back is massive. It's big. It's massive. Oh, okay.
The back work and the lat work didn't carry over to the degree that a lot of us would like it to.
Right.
All right, guys, well, that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys and gals next time.
Yes, very informative. Do not follow any of his advice. See you in the next one. Ciao, friends.